All right, welcome to the relationship show. This guy's 22. He says, I never really dated and now I feel so lost and alone. I feel like I miss my train. Photo of me in description. So that's him. Good looking guy. So I don't think looks are his issue. If he's failing at dating, it just has to be with his how he's approaching it and the techniques that he's using and how he's conveying himself as as a person to her. So he says, first of all, I want to thank you for reading this. I really appreciate it. So he's probably in this nice guy role, nice guy mentality, trying to please and like etc. and basically match how people think he should be, kind of situation. I had a very few dates in my life, with first one being about a year ago. For some reason, I cannot show my true self at the dates. So you're acting in a way that you think that she will like. And so that right there is like kind of like a nice guy pleaser kind of attitude. It's like, well, I'll just change myself, how I act, to a way that I think that you will like me kind of situation. And the most attractive thing you can do is just own yourself and own who you are and own everything about you, really. I mean, it's like if you can do that, again, it's one of the biggest attractors that you can do. I'm always acting scared. I overthink and just cannot relax. Yeah, part of that comes with inexperience as well. So it's like also if you're trying to just like guess and not have any kind of rule, like not rules, but like some kind of model of someone who succeeds, and you can basically replicate their results by replicating their actions and replicating like what they know. But if you go about it with just trying to do it yourself and just trying to piece together things, it might work, might not work, and then you aren't really certain that it will work, because that's the main thing. It's like if you can follow a model, it gives you that certainty on what to do and exactly when to do it. And when you act in your certainty, you act like you are the leader in the relationship. And that is one of the biggest things you can do to convey you being in your masculine essence, which will raise her attraction if she is in her feminine essence. Usually, I get really well with everyone I meet. So get along very well with everyone I meet, I think is what he means. Girls often like me until we have a date where I just change. I know I have a lot to offer. I look decent. Many people like me for my sense of humor. I'm a really polite person with interesting hobbies and a lot of plans for a future. Okay, so hobbies and stuff like that, that's great if you have them, but don't just be a total open book on dates. So don't like tell her everything you do, everything about you, because she wants to discover that for herself. She wants to dig for information. That's what women naturally do. They talk about 4 times as much as guys per day. So understand that. And then, tell her what she wants, and then change the subject, and you be the one who asks the questions and just get her to talk more. Because if you're the one who talks the majority of the time at the date compared to her, well, again, she talks about 4 times as much as guys per day. So it's like it's not really the most comfortable situation. She's not going to open up as much if you aren't the one asking her the questions and she's the one talking. Also, future plans for future. Check that. That can be too much too soon. So if you try to talk about your future or all these things along those lines, especially if you're talking about your future together or your future with somebody that you want to be dating, it comes across as too strong too soon. Make the date just very light. So just talk about light subjects like, hey, what do you do for fun? Things along those lines. Like, where do you like to travel? What was your favorite year of school? What was your first day of school like? Light questions like that. What music do you like? And just have fun. And then figure out what she really does or really is interested in, and then go deep on those subjects. So when she says something that you can tell she likes, like keep asking her further questions about that. Only thing I miss is to have someone to share my journey with, and don't get attached to results. So right there, it expresses that, hey, I need somebody else to join me in this journey. It's like, don't need somebody, just focus on your journey and that's it. So your mission, that's number one. And then automatically women will just be attracted to you if they can feel that your mission is number one, and it's not like you're needing some woman to basically fulfill something in your life. Now, as I cannot even meet new people, I get a little bit depressed. As everyone, I do not want to be alone. Okay. But just be careful. I don't know if you're doing this or not, but if you have that fear, it's like when that comes across, if we act on those fears, it's sometimes we put way too much effort into the relationship that's necessary. And when we put over effort into it, it comes across as us being fearful and needy. Just be careful of that. When you're setting dates with women, just set the date. Don't really chit chat over the phone. Really just get her in person and show up at the date. Not necessarily try to get to know her over the phone, over texting or phone calls, etc. If you do exchange in texting and things along those lines, only do like 2 or 3 texts and then get off the phone and then just see her in person. I wish I would have started dating in high school or something, but what happened happened. I wish I knew what to change. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't get attached to the results. Number one thing, focus on your mission. Don't get attached to results. Don't chase women. Oftentimes, when you come out of that fearful place, you pursue women too much. And the idea is to get them to pursue you. And how you do that is you communicate with your body language, with your mission, them knowing who you are. You're going to do fine with your looks. And so women will just naturally approach you. Unless you're kind of like timid and insecure. It's like you want to move with certainty and be the leader in a relationship. Don't be an open book. Talk about fun things on the date. Use the phone for setting dates and being decisive, not this chit chatty get to know. Do those things. Have fun on the date. Set multiple locations on the date, maybe like 3 different locations where you do different things. Just creates more of an experience. Women need that more of an experience versus like guys who, this is related to like sex or attraction like that. It's like women need that long experience to get to that result, whereas guys can just do it automatically. But do those things and it'll improve you and your dating drastically.